Welcome to the Showgirl Connection. I'm your host, Luann. Today I have in the studio with me as my co-host, Sherry Lewis. Hi, Sherry.
Hi.
And then I have my dear, dear friend, Susan Stolte. But should I say, and the reason why, because Susan, we knew her as Susan Hain in the shows.
Correct.
And now she's been married to Stan Stolte for 20,
Stolte.
how many years?
For 27 years.
27 years. So that's why I kind of stumbled on, because a lot of times I say Susan Hain Stolte. There's another name in there too, but we won't bring that one.
It's a big sense name.
Oh, that's right. And Sue has a son, Jacoby.
Yes.
Dear
Lovely
guy.
Lovely man.
I was there when you had Jacoby up
know.
at the University of Washington.
I know. Preemie.
Yeah.
And he fought, and he was the greatest joy of my life, period.
Yeah. So we go way back. In fact, we were in Hello Hollywood Hello together, the big stage show spectacular in Reno. And then you were also in Hello Hollywood Hello, but at a different time.
Different times, yeah.
Yeah. And I know, Sue, you came and went from Hello Hollywood Hello.
I did.
Yeah. But let's start from the beginning of some of your dance training and how you got to Reno.
Okay.
Because wait, you lived in Reno. Or where are you from?
I'm from Whittier, Southern
Whittier.
California. Whittier, California. I went to Smart School of Dance. And
Kind of like the Las Vegas Academy of the Arts?
And just, and then, I always loved dancing. I knew something, but I thought I was going to be a famous model. So there was two things like going for me, and I was a good dancer. I wasn't great.
Yeah.
I didn't like floor work, but my technique was wonderful. I could, I was like, I got this.
Well, you're real flexible too.
Yes, and but you go every day. I think when you start dancing, you go every day when you're young. And so I lived at the studio. I ended up after high school going to Cal State Fullerton for the dance program, and then literally at 19, I told my mom I'm going to go be a famous model in Japan, and she says, "No, you're not."
Oh.
And I go, "No, I am." And that's kind of what got me the traveling bug. And it wasn't to dance so much. I think I didn't even know, I always had God on my side anyway, because somebody was always watching over me. And I'd go to Japan, stay there for 3 months, come back, and it was my sister. And that's in this beautiful book, by the way, of yours, that says, my sister goes, "Hey, in Reno," and it was JJ's Pie Company is what their business is. And they go, "There's a big stage show." And I go, "Stage show? I'm not going to do a stage show. Are they topless?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know. You should go see it." I'm like, "Oh, heck no." But I remember, and I think it's important for the interview, when I walked into the audition, we were talking Don Arden, whatever, I will open up at the MGM Grand, and I saw this stage, and I'm like, holy cow.
Largest showroom stage
This is
in the world when it was first
huge.
built.
And so my sister was going, "Oh, audition," and we had tough auditions back then. And I just,
How many people do you think were at the audition when
there was at least 600. And they were Kate Vanderlee. They were the ballerinas of the world. I'm like, I'm not a ballerina, and I'm not even tall enough at this point.
How tall are you?
I tell everyone I'm 5'11".
But how
What's the
tall
truth?
are you?
I'm lucky if I'm 5'8". And that was the
Well, you
audition.
had to be 5'8" or they wouldn't have hired you.
Yeah, it was the audition because Adrian, God love him, we love him, and I'll just be brief on this. And so I go up and, we do a little dance and it's okay. And I always looked good, I mean, my body was good enough, my face, my smile was good enough. And I remember Adrian goes, come on the scale, Lovey. Get on the scale. And he goes, okay, you're in, but you're going to have to be a pony. In fact, we labeled, it was very interesting time. We had, I hate to say this again, but it's true. We had ponies, we had tall nudes, we had bluebells, we had the black boys. It was such a labeling back in
And
the
I don't know
80s.
anybody else that had ponies.
There was one other show I heard. But if you tell people there's bluebells and ponies, they think we're like on an acid trip. Like, what? What were you doing? Well, the ponies and the bluebells were next to each other.
That's right, next to the tall nudes on the other side, and you're like,
Just
"Well,
naked
Remember the
people,
short
they're
nudes.
tall."
Don't forget the short nudes.
That's right, or you're short nude, tall nude, short nude, whatever. Well, and I just remember he goes, "Honey, you can be in the show, but you're going to have to be nude," and that was going to be a pony. I go, I am 5'11". He goes, you're not even 5'8". And I go, okay, so if I have to be topless, I'm leaving. So I remember walking off, and Adrian goes, come back. And that was the end of days. It was like, he goes, you can be a cover dancer, you can be a bluebell.
Oh, he did say?
Oh yeah, that's how I got into the show. Otherwise, I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not going to be topless.
Chase me down. Make
But
me come
you
back.
eventually did dance topless.
I did, and the funny story with that was because, and I was telling you that too. They called me Cottontail because my skin's always so dark, and I never tanned my behind. And so the stagehands, and that's how we were close. We Are Family is my chapter, and we're all so close. And they go, there's Cottontail, because I'm like, do I have to put stuff on my ass because we have to put the G-string on? And it was a whole new dynamic. I think I was 21 years old.
Were you really?
And
Wow.
it was beautiful. It was the best. It was the best time. You know, I can talk, so you just have to cut me off.
No, keep talking.
But last night we had a beautiful little celebration for you.
Yes.
And your
Because
beautiful,
Sherry has written her
her
third
beautiful
book.
books, and I'm like reading this, going, oh my God! I was so overcome with just gladness that there was so many people in there.
And we all know each other.
And we all know each other, and you know, we help each other. We're part of the group, whether you come and go. And you know, I became topless in South Africa because they said, Sue, you can go to South Africa, but you have to be topless. I'm like, who's going to see me in South Africa? Absolutely.
That's
You know?
right, because Reno was kind of your
My
home
family was there.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a
yeah.
smart school of dance girl, nothing big, but
Yeah.
it's like so that's when it happened, and it was huge. And then when I came back at the end of the show, Jillian goes, I have no more spots for you, but you can be a swing. I go, what does that mean? And I knew what swing was. And I go, swing for bluebells? She goes, no, swing for everything.
Wow.
I go, tall nudes? Yeah. And this you did right in the story. I remember just coming out there going, all right, you have to walk up the big staircase that you do, and here I come, and every stagehand on the side, because we've made such good friends the whole way through. I'm like, can I do this? I just remember, I got this. And they were, yay! I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. And so that's
Unless somebody that we knew came to see the show.
Oh yeah,
I had the principal from my high school came, but I was off that night.
Oh.
No, that's not who I want.
But I could tell Jilly, no topless tonight. So and so's coming, you know, or Jilly, topless tonight. So and so's coming.
I wanted to bring up something that stood out in your story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, this generation of dancers have no idea what the AIDS crisis did, because now they know it's a cure, but at the time it was so scary. And I've heard people say they went to a funeral every weekend, and you're burying your friends, and there was so much fear. Like I heard, like sometimes like you don't want to dance next to them. We didn't know what to do. And you, in your story, the way you approached this was without fear, and it was bold. Can you share about why you did what you did, about educating people about AIDS when it's in our community? Like people down in the
Absolutely.
arts did not feel the effects the same as we did.
Absolutely.
When it's people that we share dressing space
Yes.
with,
And Sherry, I absolutely believe it was one of the greatest moments. I mean, I don't care the dancing and wherever, but I was going to nursing school. My mom said, go to nursing school. But I would take, I'd get off the show, I'd be at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to anatomy physiology. I had a great professor at TMCC, and they were talking about AIDS. And I wanted to know about it because people were dying, like you said, and I didn't quite, or they were getting sick, you could see it. And nobody knew, no one wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it. So I literally brought my professor backstage in between shows, because we had two shows. We had a 7 o'clock show, and then we had an 11 o'clock show. So in between shows for probably 3 nights, he would come and he would give how it's transmitted, what it's about. What do we know now? What can we do moving forward? And it was brilliant. And some people that we've since lost, we're sitting there, like some of the dancer boys or girls, it didn't matter. We're sitting there trying to figure out what is going on here. So yes, thank you for bringing that up, because I really think it was one of my best things. Some didn't like it. Some of our most flamboyant, I would say, wouldn't come. But the point was 3 times. I brought it 3 times, and that was TMCC and Professor Conkey, who would come up, set up the bleachers. Jillian allowed it.
Wow.
And we would
I
have,
didn't know you did that.
we'd have questions and answered. How is it transmitted?
Yeah.
Can you, I don't know if I can say this if you want to edit it, but if you were on your period, if you're a female and you sleep with somebody that might have the virus, could you get it? And the answer is absolutely yes. This was a virus not just dedicated to being a gay man, but it was every one of us was being affected by that. So yeah, thank you.
Because we talked last night about how many we've lost.
Yeah.
But because the fear, they were ostracized. So these are people we consider, like you said, we are family was the title of your thing.
Yes.
If your family, you have to go away, and then this is when they need support. It was such a hard thing, heartbreaking.
It really was.
And then when you learn, okay, we can have proximity. We're not going to get it. How
Right.
do we? It's
But we had to know. But everything was hush hush. So
Yeah.
nobody quite knew where to go. So I don't blame the public or the media or the president at that time. We didn't know. And so if we could bring it backstage where we were losing people. And my audition with Don Arden, there was a beautiful dancer, not dancer, a singer. And you could tell he was very, very sick. And nobody knew, this was in the 80s, nobody
Yeah.
knew what was wrong with him. He had passed away. But I go, what happened? He couldn't speak anymore. There were some horrible symptoms that went with this disease, or this virus.
I just think the boldness, because a lot of people were shirking, and you actually stepped forward.
Yeah.
Which that says a lot
That's
about
great.
your character.
I had no idea that you did that.
Yeah.
Because I remember Shirley Allen in 1980, her friend he was a costume designer. He went to Sun City, South Africa, and he came back with it. He was the first, Jimmy Weiss, he was the first person that we knew of that had AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the hospital all by himself. His family didn't come. Nobody would come. And Shirley said that she would go visit him because she didn't want him to die alone.
Yeah.
And even the people at the hospital were, he was in this room way in the back, and they would wear hazmat suits when they came in and
they didn't
manage him.
know.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
And I think that dancers, we are family, you get to that point where I would have gone right up and hugged and kissed or held.
And we were. I mean, we
Yes.
were dancing with them, and we were
Yep.
touching them and partnering with them.
Yep.
I mean, I remember it was a scary time, but I don't remember thinking, I shouldn't be dancing with these guys.
Right. But I remember there was some talk backstage, which is probably the reason why I go, you know what, let's
That was
get,
a
because I'm in
great
nursing
idea.
school. I mean, I understand this. Let's bring
Yeah.
it back
Yeah.
because we, as dancers, losing so many of our
And
people.
we need it to be educated and to know. I mean,
And I hope that, there was, and I'm not going to name names, but I hope that at that point, because all we need as a family is one person to go, wow, that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and fix this. I'm going to change this. So, yeah, thank you for
Facts
bringing
over
that up.
fear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that stood out in your story. You got a lot of good stuff, but that one
Thank you.
got my heart.
Thank you. Alrighty then.
Okay.
Oh.
On that note, whew, let's do something a little more fun. So what can we talk about? So you danced in the shows.
Yes.
Off and on for quite a few years. You traveled.
Yes.
South Africa.
Yes.
And you went to Italy.
Went
And then
back
you did
to
a lot
South
of modeling in Italy.
I
as
did.
well.
I really thought I was going to be the cat's meow. When I got there, I wasn't. I had a big nose. My hair looked like a whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it here.
Well, let's look at this
you actually
picture.
went. You actually went there and did it though, instead
Yeah,
of like.
I did.
Yeah.
But I did a couple shows. I was Savannah White. I did like Super 8, Canale Cinque, and I'd be like, hi, this is Super 8. Welcome. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, great.
Well, also you have that presentation, but being in the shows.
Yeah.
You know
Hey,
how to
John,
like.
Sure.
Can you zoom in on this? This is Sue's headshot.
What book is that in, Luann? What book is that
This
in?
book is in Bluebells Forever Volume 2. Interviews with
Greatest book of
Bluebells
all
and
time.
Bluebell adjacents from the Bluebells Forever podcast by Sherry Lewis.
It's a good book.
Where's lamb chops?
I have a toy
he thinks
one
he
with
look like
me.
lamb chops.
I
No,
do.
let-
Oh, how cute.
But I'm going to say that's the best picture in the entire book.
It is.
I keep going to it, going,
That's the best picture.
I took pictures. It's all over the place. Oh, look
That's
how
a
cute
great.
she was.
Who was your photographer?
Your friend?
Vimy Weiss?
Mm-mm.
John Wagner.
Yes!
Okay.
Ding,
Wow.
ding, 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 ding.
Squirrels.
So let's talk about how we met you again. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
because
You're the interviewer, sorry.
well, no, we can all be interviewed, like
Yeah.
everybody, let's all interview each other. So we didn't really know each other. We
Correct.
were in Hello, Hollywood, Hello at the same time, and I knew you, but I didn't really know you that well.
Right.
And then the show closed, everybody kind of went off off into the world, and I went to Seattle.
Yeah.
And I joined a health club, and I was jogging around the track, and I heard somebody go, Luann, is that
working at the
you?
health club, absolutely. It's called Lady Fitness. That was the name of the health
I
club.
remember that one.
In Seattle?
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes. And it was Sue. And we had lunch together, and we thought, oh my God, we're meant to be friends. I mean, what are the chances, right?
Yeah.
And then life got busy, and we didn't keep in touch. And then, like a couple of years later, my dad was dying from lung cancer, and so I went up to spend time with the family, and I went downtown Seattle, and I was meeting my sister for lunch. I was going up the escalator.
And I go, Luann, is that you? I'm working
She
at
was
Barbizon.
she was the
I was
director
the director
for
of Barbizon
Barbizon
Modeling
Modeling.
out there. And I'm just out there going, God, I really need an outreach. I need somebody to help me. And there she comes up the elevator. I'm
Wow.
like, there you are right there. There's Luann.
And-
And you became an outreach coordinator.
Outreach
for
director
Barbizon.
for Barbizon,
Yeah, wow.
and I recruited. I just got a lot of leads for
Yeah.
and it worked out perfect because then I could kind of set up my own interviews,
Yeah.
and then I could also spend time with my dad.
Yeah.
And so we thought, oh my gosh,
This
Th-
is crazy.
this is crazy.
Well,
And
when
then
you go back to real life and you talk about what we did, people think you're a little crazy or you exaggerate. But when you find someone who did it, it feels like that connection is just like, you get me.
But we didn't do it once.
Yeah, but
We
you're,
didn't do it we did it 3 times. I'm like, oh my
yeah,
gosh.
then how
Luann.
did we
I
reconnect
don't
you? Sue was a matchmaker and started her own business in
That's
Reno
how-
called Reno Connections.
That's right.
And you were so good.
Yes, thank you.
And how did we reconnect again?
I just needed
And-
you to be a ringer.
And yes, me and Molly.
That's right.
what is, okay, explain what a ringer is.
No. It was a legit business.
Okay.
It was a great business. But, you got to have a good-looking posse.
Yeah.
Because not every good-looking person. Luann comes, I'm like, okay, there's ringer number 1. There's
And
ringer
Molly
number 2.
was
Just in case I
beautiful.
need y'all.
And she brought in psychics and palm readers and aura readers.
Really?
And she would have
We
these
had events,
great
yeah.
events at the, what was the name of the little place? Arlington Gardens.
Yes.
It was just a great place for events.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I am just, I am, keep it coming, girls, because
Well,
I was
you've
feeling
done
nothing.
so many
and I
things,
feel
like you're
great.
a nurse, you did this, but you said you had like an epiphany last night.
The epiphany was in the last, I'm thinking, since I retired, I'm 65, I retired and I'm not working. And I have a wonderful husband, and I'm like, what do I do? And I go to one thing, I go to another thing. If you could put my list of jobs, you'd be going, oh my God.
Well, you're a good salesperson.
Yeah, I am good to sell. I was.
You can reinvent yourself.
I can, but I was tired of it, and I felt really lackluster. I go, I don't have any ambition. My husband goes, you have no ambition anymore. And I'm like,
Oh.
okay. Last night was the epiphany that, you know what? I had a life, because I think as we
Oh,
get
gosh,
older,
yes.
sometimes we go, what am I doing? What do I have to look forward to? And should I be looking again? And you, both of you, you always have, because I'm always so jealous of you, Luann. You're so good. Hi, I'm Luann.
Oh,
Because you keep reinventing yourself, and I appreciate Showgirl Legacy. I appreciate everything you do for us.
Thank you.
You coming up with a book. I even had to ask her, I go, am I even in the book? And she goes, yeah,
I said,
5
of
pages.
course you
Oh my God. And it was lovely. So
Your
thank
your
you.
delight of finding that made me so happy.
For you?
It makes me so happy
I'm
when
like
people
showing
go,
it around. Look, look.
my story matters.
I go, let me sing with you too. Maybe I find But it does. My story matters. Thank you. Thank you.
And that's why I think we both love doing what we're doing, because it makes us relevant again.
Yeah.
And our entertainment history is so unique to being
And it
dancers
came
in those
from
big stage show
Showgirls.
spectaculars.
It came from being a
Showgirls.
showgirl.
Yeah.
Which is your legacy, which is what you're writing about, which is Bluebells.
And you're
it's
part of
all
that
over.
legacy. We're all just part of that.
Yeah.
But we have to take a break. We have to take a commercial break.
Oh! Do you want me to do the commercial?
What would your commercial be, Sue?
No idea.
We'll be back. Don't go away.
Let's wrap it up.
I'll be back with Sue and Sherry.
Two.
So I'm back with Sherry Lewis and Sue Hain Stolte. I want to say Sue Hain Bancroft Stolte.
Okay, that's
All right. So let's keep talking. I mean, it seems like we always take a break and then we come up with these great things that we're talking about. So you continue on, Sherry. You were talking to Sue and asking her questions. And
Well, I remember when I interviewed you that you did say you had your journal, I'm going to travel and I'm going to model. But a lot of people say they're going to do things. But I feel like it's, in almost all our stories, we left what was comfortable. I was the only one that left my hometown and go to Vegas, and people like, do you hear Sherry escaped? Like, she got out of here. And like, every time we switched, we had to find new family, new house, everything was new, and we had this assumption we'd make it. Maybe, I think it's naivete, a little stupidity, but this bravery to go to Italy without someone like, I'll go with you, I'll take care of this stuff for you, to just go, and if you fail, you still learn stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was your character, because you were saying maybe it's our generation, which I think because we went out and played outside in the dark and didn't come in, no one knew where we were.
That's right.
That we're the generation that's not, the parents like, are you sure you're safe? We're like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I have $4, I'm going to
I know,
Vegas.
and we didn't have cell phones, and I remember, it was so expensive to call home.
Yeah.
My mother had somebody in Italy look for me, a private eye, because I couldn't navigate when the phone time was, and I'm in Italy, and 2 months she didn't hear from me, and I'm in Italy, and somebody found me going, are you Sue Hain? I go, yeah. Well, your mother's looking for you. Holy shit.
I forgot to call home.
That's right. No, but I just think
Wow.
that we were talking earlier, I think, Sherry, that it's not, bravery is the best word. It wasn't a naivety. It was bravery, and it was, we didn't have, we're not, I mean, we live in fear right now, a lot of us do.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't fearful at all. It'd be like, okay, here I'm off the train here, and which train do I get off? And I really believe that being a dancer, being a showgirl in our time, which is what we talk about, really kind of with the family that we had, and that would be for myself, it was a Jillian and Adrian, a group here, South Africa people, Maria Poggi, people that really took you under your wing, and so it kept giving you confidence. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I thought I was better than I was. But the confidence level of the people that were here really kind of instilled that. And so when someone goes, hey, do you want to break your contract in South Africa and go to Italy? I go, yeah, that'd be great. You know, what am I going to be, famous model? Because that's in my journal.
Has to come true.
And so I did.
You're in a book now. You're
I'm
a published model.
Should we hold up that picture?
You made it.
But I'm saying it was.
You also did the crossbow, 'cause the other
Yes.
picture in there.
Can you tell that story about the miss with your dress? Okay, that's also one of my
All right, so and I was only there for a year, I think. And then they had auditions because Maureen, God bless her soul, was gone, and we had the big crossbow act, a great crossbow act, and Hans needed to have an assistant, and because Maureen was pregnant, and so we had to audition, and so we had to audition holding a paper and whatever, and I got the job, and all that meant was I couldn't dance in the show, but I worked for 10 minutes for another $300 a week. I'm like, that's kind of a no-brainer. So and my mom was like, no, don't do it.
Someone's shooting arrows at your head.
Yes, and my mom was like, no,
So yeah,
no.
tell us what the crossbow is, because a lot of people might not even know what the heck we're talking about.
Look at the book, because I'm holding one.
But talk
But the
about
crossbow, Hans and Maureen, they were AGT act, and you see them a lot now. And the crossbow is just pa, 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 pa. It's just it's a crossbow, boom. You know, you have to know how to use them. And Hans's act was amazing. And at the end, we would set it up, and it would be boom, 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 right on an apple on his head. He was
on your
brilliant.
head.
Not my head. I didn't put the apple on my head. He did it. But he would stop, and he'd take the apple off, and he'd take a bite. Then he'd put it back on. It was amazing. But my, which I didn't know, there's a box. So here in comes a big black box, and I'm looking really cute in the book, in the blue sequins, and I have to stand in a position in the box as he, I hop in, he twirls it around, I'm sitting there, and he has a crossbow that has 5 arrows on it. Boom, 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 boom. And he holds it, and then he shoots it. Bum, 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 bum. But mind you, he knows where they're going, but I'm still here. But what happened was I moved my hand or my arm, and then I hear bum, bum, because they all didn't go off at once. And I was aware, I thought they were all going to go. I mean, that's what the gig was. That was the show.
I signed up for it.
And I'm like, holy shit. And it took my costume, and the arrow went right through him, just missed my hand. And so he opened it up, and I just remember going, hi, audience is there. And I'm like, hi, you son of a gun. Why didn't you tell me that they all didn't go off sometimes at once? And so he goes, oh, sorry, I had to pull it out. So that was it. Yeah.
So John,
There's
here's
the
the crossbow
Hang
photo.
on, I'm working on it. Look at it. Okay.
There's Sue.
There it is, Hans, too. Look how
With the
cute I was
crossbow.
until I was locked in that box.
I think I asked you, did you have your own dressing room with the acts, or were you hanging out with your friends during the show, or you just
No, I
did your
had
10
my own.
minutes and left?
No, yeah, I had my own.
People are probably
dressing
so jealous, like you come do your thing and then
Hi,
leave.
guys. I go
We
to
still
that.
got a kick line to
Anybody
do.
need anything? I'm heading over to the Margaritaville over there.
That's a great gig. Besides getting shot with an arrow.
That's
but
right. No, it was a
Ooh.
good gig.
Yeah.
They were nice, and I loved Maureen more than anything. A lot of people, in fact, a lot of showgirls did that because she kept getting pregnant.
Oh.
So, yeah, so a lot of people that were part of that act is just brilliant.
That's a lot
and it
of
was well
trust.
played.
Yeah.
I trusted everybody. I would hold a paper. Sometimes I'd get a little shaky, and the front of the audience was like, she's shaking. I'm like, shut up. But it was fun. Thank you.
Oh. What else? What other shows were you in?
I just did Hello Hollywood, and I did Stars in South Africa. Those are my big shows.
Okay.
And I left Reno and came to Vegas because my husband, Stan Stolte, baseball coach at UNLV, was coming here, and I go, God, do I really want to move to Vegas? And I've loved it ever since.
Vegas is great.
Yeah.
It
thank
really
you guys,
is.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets a little hot in the summer, but other than that. And there's such a great group of us that are still around that were in the
That's
shows.
true.
I mean, we were really happy when you came down to be
Yeah.
part of the Showgirl group.
Yes,
So you guys get together, because I see on Facebook, and it seems like you guys are both kind of a hub
we are.
of getting everybody. Last night was so much fun, and I didn't realize.
Coordinators.
But there's so many here, I had no idea until I start seeing photos and get jealous that I'm not down here getting to come to all these
Yeah.
parties.
And then
You
we
guys are
stopped
really-
doing that. Yeah, we stopped doing that for a while, and then you thank you for
Yeah, thank
coming.
you.
She's like, should we go? Blah blah, and I go, let's go to Frank's. Frank Coombs is
We
like,
always need a reason, and you are the perfect reason
so
for everybody to get together.
And everybody
that-
just picks up where they left off. Like there's just
Yeah.
that connection that you don't have to go, what have you been up to? Whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like so.
And it's, I
easy.
mean, I usually have to tell people, okay, everyone quiet. Let's eat cake or whatever. And when
Take a
people-
photo. Bevel.
Yes, yeah, bevel. He knows how to bevel now, doesn't he? So yeah, we do that, and I think, that's what keeps us together, and it's been amazing. I mean, it's not, we don't, when Ava left, we sang. We did a song for Ava.
you choreographed a whole song.
We just, but that's what we do because we
We
just
are
love
family.
it. We are family. Thank you.
Did you go to the Hello Hollywood reunion?
Yes.
How was that? Had you been away? It's like, I thought, am I going to remember anybody? And it was interesting walking in the door and then just going, we've aged. I was like,
Do you know? Do I need to put a thing yet?
yeah, how was that coming back? Had you been in contact with people
Yes.
all through?
I still am.
Okay.
My best friends are could be Elise, it could be Beatrix, it could be Julie, Reno people, Eddie, I mean, dancers, Barbara Land, I mean, Luann, we just keep connecting, and I just have to get on the phone and just say, hey, Kim, DeFicino, do you want to come and come to a party? Or, no, but can you have lunch on Friday? Yes. That's a really good thing. So that saves us from having to it's not like I don't want to make new friends, but why when I have a family?
You've got a history.
A lot of my friends that aren't into shows are like envious because I have so many girlfriends, and we get together and we do things all the time.
Yeah.
And we have that great history, that kind of
But
brings us
this
together.
one right here is Miss Las Vegas.
Oh wow.
I'd have to chase you
You
around.
need a
going,
banner.
oh my God.
Oh, well.
She is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
What was your favorite costume in Hello Hollywood Hello?
This is such a great question.
You have so much to choose from.
I'm going to say, especially when I became a swing, or I like doing Salvation Army. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm going to say that it was pink sleeves, and that was the pink, and I was Bluebell there. But when you got to come down the stairs, covered with pink sleeves and do such a, pink sleeves.
I was in the staircase with the Showgirl stuff, but I remember
Okay.
pink sleeves had the more flowy.
Or are they the same as blue sleeves but a different color?
They were in the staircase, grand
Yes,
staircase.
but blue sleeves was beautiful, but
Yeah.
there were so many of
Yeah.
us coming down. The pink sleeves, there was just 6 of us that would come down, and we were kind of featured, and we would come down, dun, 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 and then we'd do a little number down, and that, I think, and then we would just run back up
Yeah.
as you all came down and just looked amazing, so.
Another question, do you have any nightmares or weird dreams about being in the show? Because a lot of people have like reoccurring dreams when they're usually stressed. It's like, I can't find my costume. Where's my wig? I don't know the choreography. I'm fat. I don't, like there's all kinds of, okay, sorry, that was a trick question without any
No, I'm thinking,
preparation.
Shoot, I like that question. I'm thinking, oh, wow.
I've had dreams where it's like I'm supposed to be there for the show, and I'm backstage. I'm trying to figure out where I am backstage, and what the heck am I doing there, and why do they want me there, and it's that getting there on time for your cue. I've had those. I mean, just randomly over the
Usually
years.
she'll
But
live
then
like,
think,
I don't
why
know what
am
I'm doing. I'm pretending I know what I'm doing in
Yeah.
life, and so I'm back in the show going, I don't know the choreography. Well, just get out there and do something.
Yeah, and why am I here?
Yeah.
But that really happened. It wasn't a dream. I remember going downtown, she's like, and it was Culver, and it's when I was a swing. I go, I don't know what side, right, left, what? I mean, it was like a little sherbet thing. And she goes, get your act together. I'm like, okay, man, and I just keep smiling, and you're gonna be okay.
They won't know the difference.
No, I think the biggest nightmare, the biggest thing that happened is that we were up on the stage because Heat Wave. I always wanted to be a principal, and they always said no. So I'm like, Julie, really? She goes, no, honey, you're not even tall enough. I go, I can do Space Queen. No, you can't, lovey. And I remember being up on the staircase, and we're in a heat wave, and you have boy, girl, and we got the red stuff on, and we're just dancing on the heat wave. Yes, heat wave. And then all of a sudden, my dear friend Jim Alba, he's like next to me, and then he's not. We're like 5 steps up. I go, where is he? And that was like that wasn't. I mean, and then he just fell off. He just took a step over, and I went, oh my God. So I don't know if that was it's not a nightmare.
No,
it was like a reality.
real one. Yeah, those were they're usually based on.
I know, that's true, right?
Or the year, I can remember, like I think it was a week in the show, talking and then hearing the entrance music. So many people have that one. They hear the music, you're like, will I make it? And then they have the dream of that, like I'm not prepared. I think it has to do with what we're doing in life.
I think you're
like I'm not
right.
prepared. I don't know what I'm
Interesting.
doing.
But that's what you have those dreams now.
Yeah.
How many? I have 3 minutes left to get out there.
Yeah.
I'm running across the stage.
I'm not
That
done
was
with
a
my
big stage.
Yes.
That was
And
like
you
the
get there
size
so
of a
low, and I'm
football
like, I
field,
gotta
and you're
just put my
running to
lips
get
on.
I've heard those stories like this, like trying to make it and then trying to be elegant when you just. Yeah.
But we knew it. I think, and this is an homage to dancers or bluebells, is that we knew what we were doing. We had it in our brain. We could do it in our sleep.
Well, we did
We
it 2
dreamt
shows
about
a
it in
night,
our
6
sleep.
nights
Yes.
a week, 3
And
hours
then you know
a
when
day.
to be on
It doesn't matter,
ready
step,
the wings.
touch there, you know. I mean, we knew it. If you asked Sherry, people to go ahead and do blue sleeves, they would come up with it.
Really?
And I've asked that, you know, and so,
Oh, John's has a
Oh,
question.
that was a good question.
Scariest moment on stage.
getting
John
hit by a
wants to
crossbow
know.
is not scary enough.
Were you ever attacked by the lion? No? The lion was out of the show before you got there.
Oh, I like the ostriches. I like the gauchos.
They had ostriches.
And they would come in, they had one, and the head guy would come in on an ostrich. So, and I always tried to go back and meet the orangutans and everything, because I liked all animals, and that was not ever a wise thing. Stay away from the animals in the shows.
Yeah.
Because they're not there for your
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh, that was Bobby Barasini and his orangutans, man.
they were mean.
He would, if you stepped out of line, he'd be yelling at you.
Yeah. Brings me to orangutans. I learned in the show to stay away from the orangutans. When I got to South Africa, living on the golf course in Sun City, all there were orangutans.
Wow.
Sitting up there, I was part of Sun City.
Big. I mean, they're the big ones. The
Oh yeah,
orangutan.
and they just sit there and they look at you, and so Bob, all of us dancers like, oh, I go, no,
They're friendly.
yeah, stay away from. They're not your friends.
Yeah.
So I learned that
Yeah.
from the show. Yeah.
Good takeaway.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
Scariest moment. Did you ever I would say mess ups on stage? Like I remember, not in Nashville, I had one where I had a brain fart, and then it feels like it's 20 minutes, but it's probably 30 seconds. I missed 2 weeks, and then the next night I was afraid of that brain fart, and then it happened again. Like, what is happening to me? Because when you go in autopilot, you'd be kicking like, do I have
Yeah.
almonds at home? Uh-oh. When you come back and you're like, because you can go away because you know the choreography and have this like, did I kick on the left or am I, where's everyone?
Yeah.
I know. I remember Jillian called me in because I was a swing, and she'd have me center front, bluebells or whatever I was doing, and she'd go, Lovey, Sue, can you come in? You always get worried when you get called in. I go, what? She goes, your belly's getting a little too large. I go, oh, I'll work on that. That was scary, thinking.
Yeah.
So every time I went out, I'm like, is my belly too large? And so, yeah, that was kind of funny.
Nobody's scrutinized as much as we were.
That's right.
Right?
You can't hide anything, even if you go like for lunch or dinner, whatever is between shows. Like my milkshake cannot be hidden. Yeah, but it is like and be told that like you have to lose this
I'm like,
much.
Okay, well, don't put me in the front, put me in the back. You know. I remember being in space, and the bluebells. You know how we had the big hats on. We'd sit there, and somebody just said something really funny, and so every head, as we're sitting down while they're doing the beautiful number, is going like this with that big thing on it, and Jillian's thing was the entire bluebell cast of space in my office now. I'm like, it's Greg Stokes. He's doing it. He's making us laugh. So those were, they're not scary. They were just
But
fun.
there's the fun ones.
You know, and we got I was going to say we got away with it, but I should.
Did you do? I know there's pranks on whoever was the last night. Did you do a prank on your last night, or
No.
do anything out of the ordinary?
I just needed to survive that last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just think it was that was really emotional.
Yeah. Don't
And
break
that's
down.
where Kathy Cooper goes, "Can you get your steps together?" I'm like, "I don't think so." It was emotional. I think for everybody, it was a really, really tough night, and I didn't manage it very well.
And it wasn't like Las Vegas. There weren't other shows to go to, and we had been a family.
So were you there for the closing of Hello Hollywood?
Yes.
Oh. Because I had a last night and the whole show continued, but not the last one.
Yeah, it was the
Oh.
last show.
Yeah.
Jim Neighbors at one time was in our show because we did all
That's right.
that. And Jim Neighbors, we did Nob Hill. He had a little electric car, and he would put it through all of us because he was a great person, and he loved the dancers, and he just was. Remember,
Yep, yep.
so kind. And we were doing Nob Hill, and in comes this little car around all of the people, and we're like, "Oh my God, it's Jim!"
There's
I
already
can't believe it.
10 ways to die in the show. Now you got to deal with a car under your
So
I
over
remember
the car.
Charo used to wait, and she loved to talk to us after the show.
Shara was great.
She was great.
Suzanne Summers was.
She was. She didn't get real close to anybody. No. And the McGuire sisters,
They were wonderful.
they were great.
Carol
They're
Channing.
gone.
I know that
Carol
Sue
Channing.
Lawton did a great Carol Channing
Charles the
impersonation.
only one left.
Jack,
And Suzanne Summers.
Jack told me a
really?
story at the birthday party, and he said because he loved Suzanne Summers, and he would lift her. He'd be the one that would lift her up, and this is before she had the thigh master. And he's like, "Sugar, you've got to do something about these thighs." And I go, "Jack, that's a great story. And what happened?" She goes, "She invented the thigh master after that."
I attribute this to me.
So we got to be friends. We got to do such great things. So yeah.
Yeah, having the headliners was really fun.
And that was a big change.
Yeah.
It was a tough
'Cause
change for us.
There were no headliners in any of the other shows I did.
Remember when that game was like, okay, we're going to do one show, we're putting a headliner, we were like, what? And
It was to help with ticket sales, wasn't it? Kind of
yeah,
get it bumped
it was
up.
such a beautiful auditorium, beautiful
It
stage.
really was.
So I remember finding the video, I think it was maybe 84. And where's Tiller? I was so sad because I wanted to see the video of Tiller, but it was a Furco's. Like, I had no idea. I had left town. I had no idea this change happened. I'm like, where's Tiller? But it was people are
they
probably
take
glad
out
not have
Tiller?
to. They took Tiller out and replaced it with something else because it's 84 and on. It wasn't there. But I mean,
It's
I'm
because
sure.
none of us could kick well enough anymore. The lines were not perfect. That's
And
what
remember, we wore
Fairco's in.
boots, and
Yeah.
they used the same boots for the run of the show.
Yes.
I had the heel break off on mine, and so the next one would be here, and then I kept dropping. So I had to stand on the ball of my foot, trying not to take the person down next to me, and it was hanging. Like, just the heel was by
Oh my
one little
God.
screw, but there's
Oh.
things that happen, and you could take the whole Tiller line with you.
Yeah.
Domino
You know,
effect.
speaking of Tiller, and we went to the museum at Karen Burns. We were there together.
Yes.
And she had some people in the costumes, and someone, my sister was even there in Reno, and, and somebody goes, "Are you Sue Hain?" And I go, "As a matter of fact, I am." She goes, "This is your costume."
Oh.
And I lost it because it said Sue Hain.
Has your name in it?
Yes, it still had my name in it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hey, John, can you zoom in on this? This is Sue Hain.
What?
This is Sue Hain.
Oh my God, I am
Oh,
so
wait.
famous now.
So you've been in the last one to
Sue
wear it?
Hain.
Wow.
She was in you were in the last one. Okay, and I have to show
Seriously?
you something else. Yeah, because
Hope it's your
Karen
G-string.
has kept all of our names
Cocktail.
in the costumes. When the show closed, she never ever took anybody's names out of the costumes.
I love that.
So
'Cause
John,
didn't they
can you
used to-
zoom in on this one?
Is that Sue Hain?
No, it's Luann Harrison.
Oh.
That is so awesome.
All right.
Well, did they take... They cover
Luann
up...
Harrison.
Is there any
And
underneath
Sue
that?
Hain.
Is there any under? Or do they put one over the top, or they would remove? Because I feel like some shows it'd be 17 layers of dancers'
Oh.
names, and if whoever
Yeah.
was the last one to wear
But we
it.
closed the show.
So you were the last one to have
I'm sorry,
it?
look in that hat. Whose name is?
Okay, let me see. Let me look in the G-string. Oh,
Sarah Sutter did a thing, and she wore her
Sherry
Jubilee-
Lewis.
No. Didn't get to wear that one.
Davis.
Davis. I don't know,
Oh,
David.
Brian Davis.
Brian Davis?
Because this is a male. This is
Yes,
a,
that's
yeah,
the
a
that's
boy's
the
hat.
man's hat that went with the
Let
women.
me see if I can still wear this G-string.
Yeah, right.
What's on the
I
G-string?
didn't even know how to put it on.
Oh, I
back
put it
then.
on, it'll be my belly over the G-string. So.
Just naming that.
I didn't even know how to put this on when I first started. I had it backwards.
I think it's like an initiation.
Traeger.
They hand it to you
Who?
and try to figure out how to put it on.
Anyway, I can't see it. This is the beauty of getting old. You can't
Yeah.
see. So, God, you look good.
That's why we all just think we
Heinz.
all look lovely
This
because
could have been
we can't
Margie
see
Heinz.
anymore.
Margie Heinz. My roommate.
Okay.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah.
This
So
history living
all
in these.
Karen kept everybody's names in the
I
costumes.
love that.
Karen's great.
Yeah.
With Sarah Sutter, that she was in Jubilee and came back like years later for an industrial, and the costume they gave her was her own. And there's a few
Wow.
people that have had that happen when they've come back and done like some promos and like,
It's like 25 years
yeah.
that you get a costume back. That's what just took me away. It just, and as John would say, no coincidences. You know, that's kind of a serendipitous moment where you just go, aha.
But you know what? I took these costumes to the Antique Roadshow when they came to the Springs Preserve, and they weren't old enough. They have to be 100 years old to be an antique.
Oh.
And these costumes were 1970. When did
70
we open?
78.
78.
Yeah, but why are did you get them re-feathered or?
No.
I mean, these feathers are amazing.
Everywhere I go, I leave feathers behind.
Yeah.
And they're,
I learned something because I have a picture of me in this, but they were the Coke feathers, which I called a cock on accident and got
Yeah.
corrected by Pete Menefee. The rooster tails, because they were like twice as big,
Yeah.
but they don't last. And so I think, I don't
these
know
are
what.
dyed turkey feathers.
Yeah, so they refurbished.
They're so beautiful.
But the
They really
base will last
And we
forever.
danced in these.
yeah.
I had one
And
of my
then-
dancers try that. She goes, "How did you do this?" I'm like, "It's an art."
A lot of foam on your head.
And then these, these are the Swarovski crystals, and they're the red ones. They're the orange ones. I mean, they're not
God.
usually white. Is
I'm going to say heat wave. No, that's right.
dun dun dun.
It's like, I wonder if you put this, if you put the music on, like how much choreography would come back. Like you said, you hear it, like I think it's still in my body. If you do 2 shows a night,
Yeah.
6 nights a week for a year, it's in there somewhere.
You just
It's in there somewhere.
I've seen people do Top Hat. They'll put the music on. Like I still know Top Hat.
Wow, and we did pink hats in the Lido, and everybody will just break out in doing the pink hats that we were all in the show together.
That's great.
Yeah. Good old times, good old days. We are the classic, iconic showgirls.
We are.
Thank you, John.
Have you seen my book, John?
You're in it.
I know. Thank you, Luann.
Well, I
This
think
is
we
my-
should all try a hat on.
Sure.
I knew you were going to say that.
Maybe
I'll do this one. Uh-oh.
Okay. Do you want to do this one, Sue?
I know, but I have earrings on.
Would you want to do one of the Folies Bergère
I don't want
hats?
to do any hat.
Here, Folies Bergère.
What if I
This,
put my...
this is an easy...
But this says Sue Hain in it.
Yes,
What if I
it
just wear
does.
Oh, you put that
this?
All
together.
right.
Where does it?
Yeah.
All right, you
Great.
put that. Okay.
And do the.
Oh, we each have a
Do you mind?
piece of
Heat Wave, which is in your presentations, the art one.
Yeah. I mean, thanks to Karen Burns and her costume collection.
Tell me, mother.
We had great... I mean, I had to do a lot of quick
Oh,
changes.
here you go. It
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
like this. An arm goes through here.
Okay, I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, no, Karen Burns, these are on permanent loan with the Showgirl Legacy Foundation,
God,
and
it's gonna
thanks to
take me
Karen
out.
Burns.
I'm going to start dancing. Sean, get ready. Get your camera ready.
I can't dance.
Look, remembers
'cause
this?
This hat's bigger than I remember it. Yay!
Yay!
Wow.
Thanks for coming to the Showgirl Connection, and we'll see you on the next Showgirl Connection.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Sherry and Sue.
Bye.